Hello guys and welcome to our AdriaBIM channel. Today in this video I will introduce you to the commands of modify selection. It is very important to learn how to use most of these commands from the beginning. This only not helps you to modify object, but it also saves you time when you're drawing anything else. When you activate a command of section modify, the pointer changes to this shape. This square little shape. I'm going to start with the basic commands. The first one is move. Move you can activate by clicking here or typing M into the command. Select object, specify base point, and specify the displacement. We can also do that with polar on. So you see here I forgot to show you. Right clicking here you can define on which angle, what angle you'll get your polar. Only 90 or every 45, every 30, every 18, every 15. So you can see here you get polar on 15, you get polar on 13, 45, 60, 75, 90, and etc. etc. That is very powerful option for us to use. Next option is copy. That's the same as move, but it only difference is that it keeps the original objects. This time I will choose this base point, and I will type, and we can make as much copies as we want. Another thing about copy is that we can select object, then click OK. We select mode, multiply, base point, say 400, say 800, and things like that. We also say OK. We say specify base point, then we say measure, and now we are going to say how much, like this, and say 8 copies, and they make us 8 copies of this. Also we can type, so say measure, type 400, say 8 copies, and we got 8 copies. The next one is pretty cool. We need arc for it, so we got this little arc here. We're going to select, say copy, and say path, and then we're going to choose the curve, say divide, and say 4 pieces. So we'll get 3 more copies, this one included, of this object on this curve or arc. So great option. The next option is rotate. So it's same. We select object, specify base point, and now we're going to specify rotation angle, like 89, and see it rotated for 89. Also we have copy, and we can copy this object, rotated, and copy. Also we can multiply copies with multiply, say between, and say every 15 angle, or specify rotation angle 15, and specify total numbers of items, let's say 16, and voila, piece of art. uh, this we have one more options here, that is specify base point, and they say reference, and we're going to say this one, that is reference, so 15. Okay, that's it for the rotate. The next we are going to talk about offset. So offset is option here, or we just start typing off, and then we specify offset distance like 20, and select object to offset, and select on what side we want to offset, and see what it does. This is for ungrouped objects. If we have some polylines and press offset button, say 50, it will offset the whole polyline. So very powerful option for making anything you want, sidewalks, roads, anything. You see the difference here. If we are going to copy this, we're going to copy this, we're going to delete this in a particular way, and we're going to draw a polyline based on this. And if we choose offset, say 15, they offset, and look at this, you have nice road. The next option we are going to talk about is option stretch. So we select what we want to stretch, and select how much we want to stretch it, and you stretch your object. If we have a selection and we press stretch, we can stretch it also. So this is a fine option. It can be used in many situations, so it is good to know. The next one is mirror. So we select object, we go mirror, we make how much we can define where we want it, and when you use mirror, most of the time we need to use ortho mode, because we need to have a straight line so we can mirror it. They ask us to delete source object or not. We can say no, and they will keep both copies. If we press yes, it will delete original object. We can use it also to make symmetrical object. We say no, and we just delete this, and we have whole new object. We go on the other side too, and it is very interesting, like some bug or something like that. Also we have this is also very important command to learn. The next command we are going to talk about is rectangle array. So we select object that we want to array, and we get this column row levels. We say how much columns do we want, like 5, 6, and we get 5 by 6. We can change the type. We can do whatever we want with this. You need to explore a bit, and if we want to, we can, by pressing this uh, arrow here, we can move it down or up. We can expand it. So very nice option. The next option we're going to talk about is this one. Explode breaks a component object into component objects. That's when we have a block or we grouped something and we want to explode it, we use that option. The next option we're going to talk about is trim and extend. This is huge. You need to listen this very carefully, because it is must know for CAD program. So we're going to draw something. And to show you how the trim works, so we are going to select objects that we want to cut, and we have a couple of options. Do we want to cut to get to leave what is inside this area, or we want to cut what is inside this area? We can cut this one, or we can cut this one. Also, we can just say like we want to select just this line, and we want to cut everything across this line. One more option about the trim is that you can right click on the mouse, and everything will become trim ready, and wherever you have intersection between lines, you can trim it like this. This is also very nice option. See, it is very powerful option. Now we will talk about extend option. Like also like trim, you choose specify the line where you want to extend something, and then you select what lines you want to extend to that line. Also here the rule for with the right click also is on, so we click extend, right click, and we can extend everything to the intersection of other line. We cannot extend parallel lines, so if they don't collide somewhere in the space, we cannot extend them. The next we are going to talk about fillet and chamfer. For this we need to have small rectangle. So I draw a rectangle from lines and choose fillet. We select first and second object to apply corner. First we type radius and let's say 50. Select first and second object and voila, we got ourselves cornered. With chamfer you do the same, but it does not get you cornered, it gets you cut. So you select first line, you select second line, you say distance. We select first line like 100. So we need to draw a rectangle, and we use chamfer. We say yeah, we click chamfer, then we say distance. Select first chamfer distance like 50, second 70, and we select first line, second line, and we got ourselves cut edge. So this also is a very powerful option we can use. Next one is scale. So you can enlarge or reduce selected object, keeping the proportion of the object the same after scaling. So click select, click on the scale, select base point, and then the regular base point is 1. So everything above we're going to multiply it, and everything below we're going to make it smaller. So let's say 2, and it enlarged 2 times. Let's say this again, scale 0.5, and it got half its size. Here also we have very great options like break object. We have we have 2 lines that are intersected, and you see when you click on them you have 2 objects, 2 lines, and when you use this option break object, break all objects selected with each other, so it is all breaked into, we have now 4 lines. We're going to say undo, and we're going to say again break object with other selected objects. So this and this and this, and we break this line, and this one is whole. You need to break at the point, so we can break this let's say this polyline, this rectangle, we can break at this point. So we have 1 line and 1 polyline. Very powerful option. So we have also Boolean option, union, subtract, or intersect 2D objects. Like we have 2 rectangles, we go polyline, union, we select both of them, say union, and they union. If we go intersection, select, say you see, I pressed explode and two rectangles became bunch of lines, group, 4 lines. That's the power of explode. Boolean, we say intersection. We need them to be grouped. Them to be grouped. Also, we have here a line tool. We're going to talk about that later. And these are more advanced options that we are going to talk in some near future. So that's about it for the modify command. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us, to contact us through our website or our email. We are willing to help you with this program. I hope that you like our video. Subscribe for more content, to have access to our full and every tutorial. See you next time. Bye.